Okay, so this yellow horse is belongs to Lewis Sapp, friend of mine, and he was back east somewhere, and they got him out here, and he's completely opposite from the Conejo, the blue horse. He's there's not a lot of fear in there. He's not spoiled or dull. He just the sensitivity is much different, and he's not like, he doesn't kind of ignores you like where a Conejo is so responsive. You do the wrong thing and he'll see, he never there. Now he came and put both eyes on me, and now he moved away. Now I'm asking him to turn his eye away from me, just like that. Good. Now I'll step up here and try to draw his eye to the right. Just pulling on his eye, drawing his eye to the right. Not there, not there. Good. That might be a little bit, or he might be looking to those other horses, I think. So I'll just have to make that, me, more important than those other horses. I'll step back, ask him, I'll use these horses to my advantage this time. I'll let him look at me with these horses behind me. Okay, now I'd like him to come this way. Yeah, just like that. Now let's come around this way. Whoop. I was trying to go between me and the fence, but he turned back. I'll see if I can draw him out. Good. Now I'd like him to go to his left. Like that. Perfect. Oh, he's doing great. A lot better than I anticipated. So now I'll ask him to turn and look at me. Up, wrong way. My horse kind of went into him a little more than he should have too. I'll ask him to look out at me. Like that. And now just step right across. Silver, get out of there. Out, Silver. Good, Silver. Okay, now this time I want him to draw out again. Instead of turning back there. I don't know if I was late, but he did. I must have been, because it didn't work. Hate to blame. See, now I got it there. Now my little sorrel horse here is walking into him. And now I need to draw. See, I got to draw out with my horse here like this. Now maybe he can turn out and look at me and go that way. Good. Now I'll ask him to draw out again. Now, okay, I'm going to do a little work on this guy. He just wants to waller his head around and not move. Good. Good. Now we'll just go all the way around here. Now I'll ask him to come out to me. Out to me. So I got to come way up here to get that other eye picked up. Now turn to the inside. Good. Same thing again. Now out there. I had to overdo it with this guy. Not for the horse, just for him. He's wanting to walk into him. Okay, now good. See, now he started to pick up that feel. Here's the draw. Now here's the drive. Drive. So there's a different angle and a different pressure. So for the draw here, I'll come out here. I'll let him get by that other horse. I got to drive him now. I got to drive him by him. Now I'm going to draw, 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 and it worked. See, that's the draw. Now I'm going to drive. So now I'm just putting my pressure forward a 1/4 of an inch rather than drawing back a 1/4 of an inch. Okay, now the draw, the draw, the draw. I got to draw him away from that grass. There it is. Nice. So, used to be when we started doing these things back 40 years ago when I started learning about this stuff, and it was all about hooking a horse on and drawing them to you. And a lot of the big namers that were making a lot of noise and selling a lot of videos. There wasn't internet in those days. We were selling videos, and they use this to sell a lot of videos, this drawing and hooking a horse on there. And you can really get that out of balance where the draw, every time you take the pressure off, it's a draw. But as you get a little better with your pressures, you'll understand that there needs to be a balance between the draw. So I'll draw here, but there also needs to be a balance in the drive, and so I'll just switch it up. And so going from draw to drive, now I'm going to send him around that way. Good, that was a drive. There's a drive. See, I'm driving now. Everything's a drive. Now I'm drawing, and I'm starting to slow my pressure down. I'm drawing him down to a stop, and I'll draw his left eye to me. And the way I can draw his left eye to me is getting over here far enough where it's easy for him to turn and look at me here. And then pretty soon he'll understand that, and you can draw him from farther back. But right here, because of this horse here and that there, I had to get up here just to help him. Now as I step here and I ride by him, I'm going to drive. Here's the drive, and now here's the draw. I'll switch and I'll try to draw his eye back to me. The other horse is drawing him. Now I'm back to driving just because of my position. So here, but now when I get on this right eye, that should draw him out this way, and that's where it changed from my same position, became from a drive to a draw by the way he's looking at me, see? So I drew him to the left. I'm still behind him where now I can drive him here, I can change things because I'm on his left eye. But if I get in behind him here and hide behind his tail, like right here, I'll hide behind his tail. Now I've changed from a drive to a draw because he wants to get out here where he can see me better. And that's why when you get in behind cattle, you slow them down because you're drawing their mind to you so they can see you better. Where if you're out here, like just this spot out here, now I'm driving him. See, that's a drive. Now if I step up here, it's a draw. I'm past his balance point and he's thinking about me with his right eye, so that drew his mind to me. So that's a real important thing to understand. Now here, now I can ask this, I can put a draw up and get him to turn to his left, or I can put a drive up and I'll get him to step out and turn to his right. He doesn't have enough room. He's gonna have to figure out how to get enough room to get around there. See there, I'll drive him, don't go the other way. Figure out how to get your hindquarters out of there. There you go. Oop, whoop, whoop. You gotta get your hindquarters out of the way. And then you can drive around that way, just like that. And I'll help him just with my hand a little bit. I'll drive him on by. I'll try. Whoops, don't go that way. Well, he made her that way, so I'll just come over here and go there. But he's got to learn to switch eyes and drive around that way. So we'll send him that way. Whoop, whoop, whoop. He can't do it. And that got him a little bit troubled and bothered, and that's all right. Now let's go right here. See, now he's got enough room to make that turn. So I'll draw him out a little bit. Well, here's the draw. There. Now I'll drive. I want him to drive across. Drive on across. Switch across this way. Like that. There. Now he has to switch eyes. Come out on his right eye. So those are all little things that you can do before you ride one. I haven't ridden him yet. He's ready to ride. Now I'll just ask him to stop his feet. Just by riding forward, I'm going from the drive to the draw, but I don't want him looking at me, so I'll call that a neutral or a maintaining pressure. I'm just maintaining. I'm not putting a driving pressure on or a drawing pressure. It's a maintaining pressure. There. Now I'll just try to keep him just like that. Don't look at me. I'll drive him not to look. Good. And he'll learn. So when I'm sitting on my saddle horse here, I'm in a neutral pressure or a maintaining pressure. There's no energy. As soon as I just pick up just a little bit, that's a driving pressure with my saddle horse and the horse I'm driving. Now I'll go back to I'll have to draw him to a stop and then try to maintain the position to keep him where he's at. Very good. That's a nice horse. He's going to be a great, I think he's just a 2-year-old. I think he's Bower bred, well-bred horse. And he's sure a good looking little bugger. Be fun to see where he goes.